boy, oh boy, this podcast was a mistake. And this is episode 2 of this podcast was a mistake. I picked a instead of just because Thanos Hand of Fate, is that the movie that we're talking about?
Thanos, the Hand of Fate.
The Hand of Fate is the spoiler. We're going to talk a lot of spoilers in that one because we've all seen it and it's been out for at least 3 weeks.
About a month now.
Yeah.
There's no excuse to not have seen it already.
It's already made about $16 billion globally.
Mm-hmm.
And only the most expensive movie ever made ever.
Hasn't it made like, wait, how many billions did it say?
That was hyperbole. But it's the fastest movie to ever hit $1 billion.
Oh, and I forgot to introduce us, by the way. Our panel for today is me, Dubs. We have Roberta in the house for the first time in episode 2.
Hi.
We have Ted, aka Kim, in the house.
Yeah.
We have Mark in the house.
What up?
And then we have Steve in the mansion. I don't know why I said that.
We're technically in the same mansion.
Ooh.
House, mansion. But we actually have topics to talk about this week, which is surprising.
I mean, not that that's going to help anything. But...
No.
It's something. It's hip to be square, I guess. I named this episode "Strike First and Hard," and if you don't know what it's from Cobra Kai, which is a YouTube.
Also a motto that Thanos follows.
That is true. Oh my god!
Strike hard, strike first, strike hard. 50% mercy.
I want that as a T-shirt now. Imagine if Thanos wore a gi and he just had that motto. Is this, by the way, is this all from the Reddit thing that we're posting in the Discord?
Yes.
Oh my god.
These are all memes from Thanos did nothing wrong.
I'm gonna put that on the stream right now of just shit that's going on.
They're very fun.
Oh god.
Also, can't stress enough, spoilers.
Yes, we will be discussing Thanos, the Hand of Fate spoilers. And if you haven't seen that movie, somebody's going to come and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's called Avengers Infinity War. No, fuck you.
No, it's Thanos, the Hand of Fate. Fuck you.
Yeah, that was actually the original title. But a lot of new fans don't know that.
Yeah, we're fucking
Yeah,
hipsters.
China wouldn't understand the movie reference, so they had to make it, something they could recognize. So we're like, fuck it, we'll go with Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll go right into it. Thanos, the Hand of Fate, the Fate of Hand, whatever. Let's get it right out of the way. Like, what did you guys think of it? First of all,
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the Marvel movies. I like them for what they are, but I mean they're popcorn movies. But this was the first one where I was legitimately like, holy shit.
if you watch this movie as is, like, it's a fucking bad movie. But if you watch the other movies or at least know of the characters and what their origins are, it's really awesome to have like a crossover, because the plot.
I don't think you need to see any of the other ones. None of that really relies on anything. I mean, you won't know who some of the characters are. Like the Guardians won't really have anything to do with anything, but it's still fucking fantastic on its own.
It's really funny too. Like, I laughed at a lot of stupid shit, and it felt like another Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 rather than an Avengers movie. I don't know.
I feel like it was too dark to feel like Guardians.
It was dark?
It's darker than any fucking DC film that fucking comes out now.
Even though DC tries to be much darker and they just fail.
Sorry, I just saw that fucking raccoon meme. Look at me, I am the captain now.
Oh man. Speaking of grimdark DC, apparently I haven't watched it yet because I really don't care about Deadpool. But apparently there's a line in the new Deadpool trailer where it's like, "Wow, you're dark. What are you from the DC universe?"
Yeah, it's gonna be weird with Deadpool because it happened during the transition of Disney owning Fox. I don't know if they reshot anything just so that they could connect it in some way. But I've heard that Deadpool is gonna be its own like side story, that it's not gonna be anything part of the MCU, which I don't mind at all.
Yeah, because Fox still has that pretty much on lock, so that I mean they're still operating relatively independently.
Mm-hmm. But Disney, they
It's
like
also why we didn't see anything from like the Fantastic Four. We're lucky we got Spider-Man.
yes. And I have to say, best Spider-Man out of both Andrew Garfield and fucking Tobey Maguire. Well,
Oh, hands down.
fucking
I
Tom.
wonder which one was more successful when you tie in inflation. I'm gonna say Avengers, but I don't want to be speaking out of my ass.
But as far as like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man against,
Yeah, like Tobey Maguire versus Andrew Garfield versus Tom. What the hell's his name? The
Tom
new one?
Holland.
Tom Holland. Like I wonder, out of their movies, which one for the first iteration of the film made the most in the box office at the first weekend when you tie in inflation?
That's a trick question. Actually, I would think Tobey Maguire's would be more successful because that was like, oh my god, Spider-Man fucking live action, fuck yeah. And
Okay, so
That's true.
let's see. Without adjustment for inflation, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1. Budget of 139 mil. Domestic opening weekend 114 million. Domestic box office 403 million. Worldwide box office 821 million. Spider-Man Homecoming production budget of 175 million. Domestic opening weekend 117 million. So that kind of just edges out Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Domestic box office 334 million. So
Wow.
Tobey Maguire actually did better in that regard. However, worldwide, Homecoming made 880 million.
Oh wow.
China, man. China eats the shit up.
Wait until they eat the shit up of. Did it reach yet Avengers, or I'm sorry, Thanos: The Hand of Fate? Did it reach China yet?
Oh yeah. Let me see what the box office is pulling in right now.
And Kim, what did you think of the Thanos: The Hand of Fate?
She's AFK for a sec to put in some headphones.
Oh, okay. Mark, what did you
no.
think?
I decided not to bother with that.
Oh, hello.
Mark,
I really
Okay.
enjoyed it. So not to cut Steve off or anything, but yeah, I liked it for pretty much all the same reasons that were mentioned before. It was dark, it was cheery, it was everything. It was cool.
That's what Marvel
Enjoy.
does so well, is they can put every emotion into their movies.
oh,
Yeah.
I made the argument with one of my friends. I'm like, because we combined it with like the roadmap of Star Wars and the roadmap of Marvel movies. Like Marvel movies, they actually put it on a fucking table or a poster or whatever they use for their roadmap and say these movies are going to happen, and then you're going to have the big Avengers event that's going to happen. Star Wars, on the other hand, they go, we're coming out with a trilogy, and then each year you're going to find out about a new film. At least in Marvel, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a Spider-Man film, you're going to get a Black Panther film, you're going to get an Iron Man film. Star Wars, on the other hand, is like, maybe we might get an Obi-Wan Kenobi, maybe we might get a Bounty Hunter movie.
Well, we knew Solo was going to be a thing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like when all of this new Star Wars shit started happening, we knew, okay, we're getting Force Awakens, we're gonna get Rogue One, we're gonna get Episode 8, and then we're gonna get Solo. So they're doing it kind of like what they're doing with Marvel, but not as much in advance. With Marvel, I mean, they've got like the next 400 years planned out.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see like people like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans just slowly fade away, and they'll be like cameos in those movies because they've been with the Marvel thing for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
That's their home.
I remember like, did you go see Avengers 1 with us, Steve? With the Mike.
Maybe. I know I've seen Avengers 1. I think I saw it in theaters.
I don't know.
Yes, no, I remember. Yeah, I did see it in theaters. I know I definitely saw Iron Man 3 with you guys.
Yes. That's when we were like fucking the Mandarin is fucking stupid as shit.
And then they retconned it in like a short afterwards. They were like, "Oh, we goofed. It
Yeah.
wasn't actually the Mandarin."
Oh no, he actually was the Mandarin. He wasn't the Mandarin in the movie. It's stupid as fuck. But
They dropped that plot line like a bad habit.
the thing is, I actually like that movie because it showed how Tony Stark was like dealing with anxiety from the Battle of New York. That's why I liked Iron Man 3. With now back to Avengers. What do you think of the action scenes? Do you think it was like fucking Michael Bay shit, like, or was it just the right amount of action for that film?
I thought they did pretty good. They didn't go too overboard with it. It's not like they went with like Man of Steel levels of just like wanton destruction. As Red Letter Media famously put it, just like 109 11s.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't go too far with it.
No,
It was
not a lot of
brutal,
product
it was
placement.
visceral where it needed to be.
Yeah, not a lot of product placement. I don't see any advertising. I mean, it is Disney. You would think you would see like a fucking Mickey Mouse in the distance or something like that.
Honestly, it's making so much money they don't need to product place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need that for the budget. Which, by the way, I have the numbers here. Avengers: Infinity War, working title: Thanos: The Hand of Fate. Opening weekend, domestic, $257 million.
Jeez.
Worldwide, as of now, $1.2 billion.
Oh, fuck.
Domestic total as of May 10th, $486 million.
They got a couple dollars from every single American after half of the population was wiped out.
See, yeah, 38.1% of its gross has been domestic. The other 62% is foreign.
What is everybody?
China.
What is everybody's? Do you read the comics? Do you read the comics? Do you know the storyline of the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos?
I actually owned the first issue of the Infinity Gauntlet when I was a kid, but I never read it. So after watching Infinity War, I snagged a copy of Infinity Gauntlet, and I haven't read much of it yet, but it starts out very similar.
Yeah, and there's a few characters that are missing, like Adam Warlock. He plays a big like story of the Gauntlet itself, and Thanos was actually part of a team where he was a protector of the stones, and then he just got greedy. And
Well, the thing was, the reason he destroyed half of the universe is he was trying to get laid. Is really what it boils down to. He was trying to impress Death.
imagine if Thanos was an incel. Man, I think 50% would turn at least 85% of the universe.
Yeah.
No, it would still be 50%. It would just be all the women.
Oh Jesus. He wouldn't have been a
Well, you
likable
gotta-
character.
He'd want to get rid of some of the Chads too.
True.
Fucking Chads.
Yeah.
Now,
fucking Chad.
is Captain America a Chad?
Yes.
I think so.
Actually,
Have
the
you
only
heard of
women that would stay alive are under 21-year-old women that are
Oh, right.
attractive and virgins.
Hmm.
No Stacy's, no Roasties.
Yes. Fuck off, normies. Ree.
Jesus Christ.
I know we're gonna jump all over the fucking place in this. I'm not gonna have like a structure, and we're gonna go from beginning to end. But I wanted Captain America to die the whole time, and I got pissed
Wait.
off.
I want to say something. I didn't recognize him when he showed up. I was like, why are people cheering for this guy? Who the fuck is that?
Just some handsome guy.
Was it because beard?
Yes.
Beard, and he was wearing all black, and he didn't have his dumb shield.
Yeah, like that was my best guess, but still I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
This homeless man stumbled onto the stage.
What
It's
is it?
important.
What does everybody feel about people cheering in a movie theater?
I don't care.
They can have their fun.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I hate it every time I go to a Star Wars film and like the crawl happens and everybody claps. And I'm
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
like, it's just words. Who cares?
Or whenever a
It's a
TIE fighter
memory.
blows up, it's like, okay, we get it.
Oh god, is that R2 and fucking C-3PO for like the 13,000th time in the new Disney film? Fuck off. But
You
back,
ever see-
what's up?
Sorry.
No.
I was gonna say, have you seen all of the crawls playing at once?
No.
Yes.
Crawls?
It's great.
Oh,
They
yeah,
play
the
all
opening
of the
crawl.
movies simultaneously,
Oh,
and the text rolls up.
no.
But
Yeah.
with the music?
Yeah, they're structured very similarly, and the arc of it visually, at least, and some of the sound lines up a lot.
I posted
Yeah, there
the
you go.
email topics for the show.
These fucking memes are just fucking awesome, by the way.
But
Roberta,
that's
I thank you for showing me this subreddit.
You're welcome.
Even though I thought it was Ted at the beginning. I was a Riri.
With the slight delay between all of the fanfares in these crawls, it sounds like a post-rock song.
Yes, it does.
But
I like the top comment. Sounds like a bad school orchestra.
let's see if I can get that on the stream real quick. Hold on.
So yeah, while you're doing that, what I'd love to see, which is never going to happen, because fuck fun, is now that all the shit happened with Thanos, that leaves plenty of room to bring in like Secret Avengers. So give us like fucking Moon Knight.
They're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I know
sadly.
it's never gonna happen.
What's gonna happen, and it's stupid how they kind of did a nod to the screen, is like when Doctor Strange is like, I have the time stone, and then like Thanos gets the time stone, and then he rewinds time to fucking kill Vision and shit to steal his stone. I'm like, oh, that's what they're gonna do in the next one. They're just gonna take the gauntlet, they're gonna either go back in time or just go back 24 hours on that day and pretty much save all the heroes again, and they're gonna win at the end.
Right.
Well,
Well,
I mean-
said that it's the only way, so obviously something's happening. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they've got to do something like that. But they're gonna have to get creative with it, because we saw like the gauntlet was all fucked up at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's whatever.
The stones were intact, but the gauntlet and Thanos' arm were all fucked up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think they'll go back to the little big Peter Dinklage, and he'll fucking create another gauntlet or something, or they'll find a different way to use the stones to do something. I know in the comics, Nebula, Gamora's sister, puts on the gauntlet and defeats Thanos. I don't know if they're gonna go the same route. She's obviously still alive in the movie, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
that could be a thing. And there's a lot of talk about two universes happening at the same time. So all the people that died, the 50% of the universe, are put into another alternate reality of the Thanos world or whatever, a different reality. It's somehow they are going to collide together, and because Doctor Strange has that quantum physics fucking shit going on.
Something perfect balance.
Yeah. And I heard stories that in the other universe where, people like Black Panther and Spider-Man, the Iron Man and Captain America, the other half die in that universe. So
Okay, so you just steal them. Sorry, I meant combine.
yeah, that's one thing, but I don't think they'll go that route. I think they're going to keep it simple and smart because of the casual fans, and they're just going to be like, well, go back in time. Time
Well,
travel.
I mean,
eh, in these type of movies, especially when you have the mass majority who are the casual fans, they're gonna want to make it simple, easy, action, funny, just like how this Avengers movie was. But it also had its good points and stuff because the bad guy won in this film, even though he didn't look like he was happy about it. Did you notice that when Thanos?
wasn't.
Yeah, they nailed the sympathetic villain. Like they nailed it.
And Red fucking Skull, where the fuck did he come from?
Hey, Hugo Weaving needs a paycheck too.
Now, I, because in Captain America, the Tesseract, you don't see Red Skull die, which when I saw him on that planet, I was like, oh my fucking god, there he is. He's been on that planet the whole fucking time. Are you kidding me?
And Red Letter Media said something funny too, where they were like, "What? So he just like hangs out there and guides people to stuff."
I love
That's
it.
what he does.
I like this Eric Andre fucking meme. Thanos, half the universe. Why would? And that's what's great about this. Like with Thanos, he's worried about overpopulation. So
which is stupid.
the first thing he thinks of is genocide. So that's why he goes to like all these planets and just fucking annihilates them, just so that he could better the civilization.
Well, to quote Mark, I think we've all considered genocide once or twice.
Yeah.
That's
And-
why I love that one meme.
Which one?
The one where, it kind of has him, looks like he's doing a math problem, and it's like, why didn't he just create more resources?
Yeah.
Maybe that's beyond the physics of the Marvel universe. You can do all this magical shit, but you can't just create more resources.
Because they need to learn, guys. You can't just enable them by giving them more food.
Yeah, that's true.
Jermaine the Fish?
Yeah, give a man a fish, he'll teach some fish.
Yeah.
Aw.
Kill half of his species, feed him for a lifetime.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that is.
I-
Wait, so did Thanos kill some of the fish too? Because that would really, that would just defeat the whole purpose.
I mean,
Good
I
question.
mean, theoretically, he killed half of the fish.
Okay, so really
so he
Thanos.
killed
is
half
good.
of the resources, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Thanos, Red Lobster, half
Sympathetic
off
villain
on
my ass.
shrimp.
we're getting red pilled here on.
Thanos, Hand of Fate, America. And also like I think there's gonna be a bigger battle scene like in the city again because the battle was more in Wakanda, which I didn't really like at all.
No, I thought it was kind of stupid for various reasons.
Well, I felt like they were like, we don't want to do another New York battle. I'm like, but there's plenty of other fucking cities.
Right.
We can only smash New York so many times.
That's true.
It's
Though.
always New York, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Well,
New York, LA.
They never go to like Cincinnati.
Well,
Well,
I
if
mean,
you-
Cincinnati's fucked already.
Yeah.
There's
If
already
you-
a battle going there.
If you wrecked up Cincinnati, they'd just be like, well, all right.
It'd be an
Yeah,
improvement.
like- Wrecking Detroit.
I mean,
I
they,
was just gonna bring up Detroit too,
they can
or
go to like
Cleveland.
California. Like, they could fuck shit up there.
Right,
Yeah,
why not?
Terminator's got that handled.
Judgment Day. Yeah, the whole Wakanda battle scene, I was like, oh, okay. So apparently they can get through the force field. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
They went under it.
did they? I thought they went
lot
through
of
it.
Yeah, they the monsters. Well, the monster things that were definitely not Venom but looked like Venom. Eventually forced their way through the field. I'm guessing they were taking a play out of the Dune playbook. The slow blade penetrates the shield.
So what you're saying is
Which is a reference
Wakanda,
probably only I get.
Yeah. Wakanda should have had a fucking force field under the dirt. Like,
Yeah, they fucking
Yeah,
fucked up.
they just fucking dug under it.
Yeah, which
All
was
the
smart.
technology
Yeah, which
you
was
got
the
beat
only
by a
smart
shovel.
thing they've done. That's something I think about every time they have that kind of setup. Like, just
Yeah.
fucking go under it.
that is true. Like, there's a show called Under the Dome. They should have just fucking drilled a hole through the ground.
I mean, I'm sure it's not that easy, but still.
I mean, if you have all the
Not
time
that
in
there's
the,
anything else.
I mean, if you have all the time in the world, like, might as well try.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I always forget his fucking name. Chris Pratt looked like he gained weight. I liked how they
Played it off.
yeah, they played it off with him and Thor and shit. That was funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, the fucking dick waving between him and Thor was great.
And teenage Groot was funny. And then finding out what Groot actually said to
Yeah.
Groot saying dad to Rocket Raccoon.
Mhm.
Kind of heartbreaking a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's not really his dad. I mean, he acted like a dad.
Yeah, he was sort of his dad though. Like, I mean, not biologically, obviously, but he had to take that role.
He grew him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is confirmed that the new Groot, like the baby Groot and teenage Groot, are a different Groot than in the first Guardians.
Yeah,
It's like son of Groot.
apparently there's like when he exploded into little branches and shit, that he can multiply. So it'd be pretty funny if like you see like a little an army of Groots just come and attack in the next Avengers movie, or maybe the
This
next,
saves the day.
you know, like in Lord of the Rings when the ghost fucking army came and attacked. That was so stupid. I will admit that was stupid in the third
Why
one.
didn't they just fly to Eagles? Why didn't they just fly to Eagles to Mordor?
why didn't I? Let's talk about that this podcast actually. So like talking about
Can we talk about how much The Hobbit sucked?
Those movies did suck.
I like The Hobbit. I'm gonna just put that out there.
You mean totally not Braveheart?
I didn't make that connection because I've never seen Braveheart, but
It was fucking Braveheart.
I really enjoyed watching them eat food.
Food.
Yeah.
It was basically like, of the 400 hours of the Hobbit trilogy, like a good 60 of them were them eating food.
Oh, okay.
And there was a dragon apparently.
Yeah. The thing with The Hobbit, though, is like it wasn't an offensively bad movie. It's just that, or rather, 3 offensively bad movies. Just that Peter Jackson did what he took a short book for children and extended it into this 3-movie long thing. It really didn't need to be. I hear that there's a film out there where a fan took the 3 movies and edited them to one movie, and apparently it's a lot better and a lot more cohesive.
I mean, it's really clear that it was a complete cash grab.
Yes, that's the problem. And like you can't compare it to like Lord of the Rings either, because even though it's 10 years later, I feel like Lord of the Rings still looks better.
I just didn't like the dragon and learning about Bilbo. Like we heard the story through Bilbo in the fucking first movie, so like I didn't need to see it again. It's one of those movies, like, keep it as a book, only a book.
Romance with Legolas and what's her face that didn't exist in the book.
Yeah.
Kate from Lost.
We gotta go back, Kate.
But I wasn't
We
too
gotta go back.
They weren't that bad.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Thanos, the Hand of Fate. What do you think of the whole, like, half of the new Avengers pretty much dying?
The only ones that made it were the fucking original Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
almost like they knew it was going to happen.
You know who we didn't see, but we did see in like the marketing material was Pepper Potts, who
Who?
in Iron Man 3 she got, what is it called, Ephemeris.
oh, fucking, I'm an Iron Man fan.
So she can melt shit with her body, and I didn't see her in the movie. She had like a 5-minute role in the movie, right? So
That's being
Um,
You know
generous.
who can't do anything? Black Widow. Why is she there? It's been my question in every one of these movies.
because she's a strong,
Why the fuck is Hawkeye still around?
because she's a strong, independent woman
she
that
don't need no
Sure.
man.
that apparently took the sexy red and went with the fucking annoying white hair. I don't know why.
Hmm. Yeah, true.
I mean, she
I
went.
mean, I like them both, but why would you change from red?
Because I mean, Scarlet Witch is just better.
I was just gonna say, because I forgot her name, I was about to call her the non-fucked up Olsen.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, her neckline gets lower the longer the movie goes on.
Who's
Yeah,
Scarlett
they were just putting
Johansson?
him out there, huh?
No, Scarlet Witch.
Red girl.
So
Yeah.
Vision is just a robot, right?
I don't understand him really. I thought he was supposed to be a bad guy.
Why? Because
Vision.
he's rough.
He's a robot brain bad guy that's not bad anymore, I guess.
No, he's his own thing. He was kind of compiled from the remnants of Ultron, who was a bad guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't know, like they kind of like played around, like, oh, he's a robot. Like, how do you make love? And like they did
Oh.
those stupid nods and shit. And I was like,
Right. Like, okay, that's happening, I guess.
yeah. So I'm like, so Scarlet Witch has a sex robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen way too many things in recent memory where people have sex robots, so
Oh,
it's starting
yeah.
to get uncomfortable.
I agree.
Like fucking Dragon Ball Super, or I mean Dragon Ball in general. Krillin's got a sex robot.
Yeah, he does.
Everybody fucking Mega Man.
Sex robots for everybody.
Was that workout Barbie?
Yes, workout Barbie, the sex robot.
Good lord.
Dubs, do you know the story about Dragon Ball with us?
No.
Oh, yeah. It was mentioned before that Roberta has named them all.
Oh yeah. I heard that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it last time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he's playing the game and he makes you name the characters, and I forgot
Yes.
something with Florida guy or something like that.
Oh, Grandpa, when he went to Florida.
Yeah, Master Roshi.
There's a lot of anime I need to watch. There's no fucking time in the world. Can we just make the time like infinity? This
I
is
can
what-
give you some of my time.
Put a time stone.
Yeah. No time loops in that movie. Which, okay, this is one of my gripes with the movie too, right? One of the ways that Doctor Strange was able to beat his own nemesis was to create a time loop, and that dude was a god, the
Mhm.
Time Eater.
Hmm.
So why didn't they bring that back in? I'm sure he thought of it when he was like looking through the ether or whatever he was doing when he was meditating really fast.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that just didn't work out in that
It's
that
not.
future.
Well, yeah,
Or maybe it would have, caused a plot hole, so it just couldn't end
Yeah.
up making fun of them.
yeah. The writer was like, "Nah, can't do that."
I like how they
Yeah.
did that though. They eliminated like a million other possibilities of stuff happening because quote unquote it wouldn't work. So that's actually
Right.
a good thing.
You know,
It's good with extremely unrealistic statistics.
it'd be really funny though. Is like, let's just say the 14 million situations that Doctor Strange looked at, and one way that that would happen is that they would win, and him giving up the stone means that we lose. Imagine at the end of the second part, they just lose and they have to do like a reboot of the universe. Maybe that's where the other half of the Avengers go. Is that's what the new universe is going to be? You know how,
No, they just start remaking all the Marvel movies up until now, and they just do really weird shit with it. Like they just cast like fucking weird people.
Weird people.
sound like they haven't done that
Like
before.
give Iron Man to like fucking Corey Feldman or some shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's really alternate universe
Who would be
Avengers.
Captain America?
Macaulay Culkin.
Nice.
I was gonna
Like-
say the guy from in the army now.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm the Captain America.
Fucking Winter Soldier is fucking Brendan Fraser.
No, he needs to be Thor.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know there was like fucking three Hemsworth. That like there's three brothers apparently.
There's only 3.
Only
The
three.
Hemsworth 3. Are they identical looking?
I believe the two are, and the other one just,
Chris and Liam look alike. Yeah.
and the younger brother just looks like a mini me version of them. And yeah, so I'm guessing you guys are gonna see the second part to see if it plays out good or not.
How many years?
I
is
want it
that?
to end miserable.
Linear.
Yay.
It's like a year from now, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they shot a bunch of them all at the same time, I think.
yeah, that movie's ending phase 3. Pretty much. And then phase 4 happens with Spider-Man Homecoming 2, which apparently is gonna be in 3 different cities in Europe. So maybe Spider-Man Euro trip, whatever.
So I'm guessing Homecoming 2 takes place before Infinity War.
No, it happens after.
Huh.
So that means Spider-Man lives.
Everybody lives except the people who don't. Who might also live another time.
Well, I think Tony Stark is gonna die. Like he
Again? Sorry, I'm joking.
well he did die, kinda, when he got stabbed. Did he get die or no? He got saved.
Did he get die?
did he
Think
get
he did
die?
dead?
No, he survived the stabbing. He healed
Yeah,
himself.
he just filled it up with white goop.
Yeah. Which is what we all do when we get stabbed.
Yeah, it's fine.
Woo wee.
Let me look at this meme real quick of Doctor Strange.
Oh Jesus!
2 of the best spy roles in movies ever. For the longest time, I thought they were the villains during Infinity War, but then their actions made them heroes. I don't get it. Somebody explain?
Because Thanos was the hero in Infinity War,
Ah,
so they were opposing Thanos the whole time. But then they were the result of, or rather, they resulted in Thanos winning.
Or Thanos did nothing wrong.
Oh my god, this fucking picture of Spider-Man. Just
That's so good.
fucking dust.
It's brutal.
Did you see my meme of the Big Mac? And it's like, I don't feel so good. And the Big Mac just disintegrating.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Wendy's posted that. It was the Whopper, I believe.
Yeah.
Fucking Wendy's account is just masterful.
Two Twitter accounts I fucking find hilarious. The Vegas Golden Knights Twitter, whoever does that, and Wendy's. They're always fucking funny.
Oh my god, did you see Bark Andre Furry?
No. That's a thing?
He's the Golden Knights dog.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they posted it on their Instagram.
That's fucking hilarious. And wait, that Spider-Man box, is that the one where it's the web, but you shoot silly string and shit? Does anybody remember that?
No, it looks like it's a Spider-Man action figure of some sort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember the little cans of silly string spider shooter toy. I didn't have it, but I remember the ads for it.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh yeah, that's silly string, but you put it on your wrist. Genius.
How do you think Thanos is gonna die in next movie?
He's going to be oversexed.
Oversexed.
Yeah, because he's just fucking everybody.
50 cal to the head.
I think he's just gonna die of old age.
That would be pretty
Maybe
interesting.
So,
some fuckery with the time stone.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Or the reality stone. I don't even know how the stones work, by the way. Like, I know they showed it in the movie.
Not really.
Well,
Yeah, there was a lot of inference going on there of what stone he was using and what the effect was, and I feel like a lot of them are going to be sort of flexible powers, which I hope they use in a really reserved way.
yeah, like the Infinity Gauntlet seems like an extreme version of like a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah.
I almost had a dumb moment. I'm like, imagine if Green Lantern comes and saves the day. I'm like, that's DC, you fucking idiot.
Why
So-
not?
Hey, they did have Amalgam Comics back in the day.
Oh, the
Don't rule it out.
the after credit scene with fucking Samuel L. Jackson almost saying motherfucker in a Disney movie, and the beeper and Captain Marvel logo on there. Do you think because Disney is SJW, do you think that Captain, or which she's gonna be known as Miss Marvel, is gonna save the universe and kill Thanos and be a Mary Sue?
Probably.
What else would she do?
I mean, if she's like the last call for help.
Isn't she supposed to be like strong or something for some reason?
Yeah, she's like one of the toughest Avengers, apparently.
Right, but they've never had her in any of these movies, right?
No, we're getting a prequel of Captain Marvel, and it's being in the 90s.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it comes out in 2019. The movie.
Mm-hmm. Hence, that's why there was a beeper. I don't know if that has anything to do with her being stuck in the 90s. I don't know. I really don't. I haven't read any Miss Marvel comics. But yeah, any final things you guys want to say about Thanos, the Hand of Fate?
Hmm.
It was good.
movie.
Looking forward to the next one.
Let's take a look at the Reddit real quick.
The way they fucking ended it, though, man, it was brilliant.
Felt bad for all the little kids in the movie theater that day.
Oh, there was a kid that was crying, and I fucking laughed.
Like, good. They gonna learn.
Like I did
No mercy.
I did the M Bison fucking laugh when he wins in Street Fighter. I was just like, ha 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 ha, in the fucking theater like an idiot because I like when bad guys win.
Whoa.
Do I know just the sub for you?
Uh-oh.
When you have already beat your meat twice for the day, but you feel horny again, and then Thanos with a picture says, "I'm sorry, little one."
Oh God.
Dwight, son of Thanos. There's too many people on this earth. We need a new plague. That's lame.
It helps if you're into The Office.
Yeah, there's a lot of Eric Andre fucking memes.
It's the hot meme right now.
Hot meme.
Oh, I forgot he made the guys that shoot bubbles out of his gun and shit.
It was a strange choice.
I don't know if that was the Reality Stone that he made it look like bubbles came out or
I
something.
assume so.
Yeah. I like the
Is there
Stalin
a
one.
bubbles stone?
Bubble stone.
The reality stone, I think.
All right. Do we have any memes that we want to show? Any like top memes we want
No.
to
I'm posting some in the channel.
Yeah, the Stalin one was one of my favorites.
You don't have to feed half the population if they're dead. Bad Russian accent, I know.
Better than mine.
Oh fuck. Bruce Banner in this film. Like
Let's see.
He can get it up.
Couldn't get it up. Oh shit! That happened.
well in Thor Ragnarok, like it was mostly Hulk out instead of Banner. And the way they put it, well, and even in the comics too, is that they're two different identities and stuff, where you know you have Hulk, which is the monster, and then you have Bruce Banner. And apparently when he got beat by Thanos, he lost his confidence in some way, or he got scared. And the way the Russo brothers or something like that, they said that Hulk is like a big baby in a sense. So when he got beat by Thanos, he's just being spiteful and don't want to fight and contribute to being a hero.
So what you're saying is Hulk is bitch made.
Yes, he's bitch made.
So would they really do that? Would they make him so simple that Hulk would run from a fight, or do you think they're conserving the Hulk
Oh, he's
for
gonna
another?
he's gonna play a big part in the second part. I heard a lot of things that he might be world. Oh, I can't fucking say it. World.
Hulk.
Yeah, there you go.
Who knows?
World Breaker Hulk. That's what I'm trying to say. Where he's just insanely fucking powerful. And apparently they're also with Iron Man that he's gonna have the God armor, which during Guardians of the Galaxy comics, where he faced off against a couple of gods, he took one of their armors and made it his own suit. So that could be a thing in the second part. There's so many possibilities, but like I said, I think they're just gonna go with a simple route. And everybody saves the day. There's gonna be a happy ending.
One of the things that Red Letter Media brought up that I thought was a good point was that they had so many fucking characters. Like this easily could have turned into a complete clusterfuck of just like a mess, but they made it work.
Yeah, they just took out half of the population, and there you go.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean,
there
in
were
terms of making a cohesive movie.
Right. There were so many active characters, so many active heroes working together in so many different parts, but they were able to isolate them in each scene and have the dynamics work so that as they're hopping in and out of all the other action scenes, like there's nothing that's fundamentally screwed up or jarring. And
Or that you forget about entirely.
yeah, it was well done that way.
Yeah. Moving on from memes and Thanos, the Hand of Fate, everybody go to urbandictionary.com and search your first name, and we'll just read like the first. And my phone just went off. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh, fam.
it's my mom. She made it to New York. Hi, Mom.
Congrats, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, just we'll read out like 4 of the first results of the first name. So Roberta,
Oh,
you're the first one in the list.
Oh, Roberta's is funny.
I've
I
actually
like
looked at
Roberta's.
for jeez, a person who is very hot in caps and has the greatest personality ever in caps. Sweet, kind, friendly, seems to love everyone, happy most of the time, and tries to be faithful to God. Loves children. Robertas are irresistible and people are drawn to her. Boys fall in love with her instantly. Girls want to be friends with her forever. The girl who puts everyone in front of her and never expects anything in return, loves anything to do with love, romance, and weddings.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, very accurate.
All right, Kim, you're next.
Should I do Kim or Kimberly?
Whatever was funnier, I guess, when we were reading it last time.
Oh wait, I think Kimberly had the smooth. What is it? Kimberly, beautiful, sexy, cute, charming, nice, sweet, intelligent! Exclamation point. Oh god, this is so disgusting. I actually don't want to read it out loud.
I had to do it. You have to do it too.
All right, she can light up your world all over, just the way she gives you that smile. That laugh she makes every time you tell her a joke just to make her laugh. Laughter of an angel. Her skin is so smooth. You want to hug her and touch her every day. Her hair is smooth and beautiful. You can easily fall in love with her. She's a good listener and dates one man at a time, someone you can trust. I wish my girl was a Kimberly.
All right,
Nice.
Mark, you're next.
Oh god, here we go. So there's really long definitions for
yeah,
more.
yours is a novel. Yeah.
If you want to pick like the short ones, like you can go through it.
I'll go through the short one. So the last definition: a mark is a fool, somebody that ain't down. Don't let marks in your midst.
You ain't down?
I feel like I'm down. I feel
I
like
really like number 3
Let's see.
under Mark.
oh number 3. All right. The most sexy, erotic, flirtatious, hot stuff, bootylicious 4-letter word you'll ever see. If you spell it backwards, you get cram, which according to Urban Dictionary means smoking weed / ganja / herb. How cool is that? I know you're impressed. If you take the mark at a supermarket, all you left with is superette, and that's pretty stupid. Because why would you go to the superette? It makes no sense. Mark means warlike, especially in bed, if you know what I mean. It's definitely the coolest word / name ever, because if you spell it frontwards and backwards, it's different. On your mark, get set, go.
No, how did this get 8,107 thumbs downs? That's ridiculous. I just gave it a thumbs up.
Me too. And it's posted by Hot Mama Mark. Don't you think he's a little bit biased?
Yeah, all of these are extremely biased.
All right. I'm gonna pick and choose because whoever writes Joseph ones writes like fucking novels and shit. But
They're all about you.
But I'm gonna read this long one because I thought it's funny. Joseph, the most amazing man to exist. He's a total nerd, but he knows how to treat people he cares about. Faithful, kind, caring, sweet, and hilarious. Joseph is the best friend anyone could ever have. He's always looking out for everyone else. He can beat any dungeon on any video game, read any comic, and tell you who would win versus. And get into a very long discussion on Lord of the Rings, anime, manga, and even the Bible. He's a very unique sense of humor. Joseph is definitely a guy you want to get to know, whether you're a guy or a lady. But ladies, you can give up if he's taken. He's extremely faithful to the girl he loves, and usually doesn't indulge in relationships and don't have potential. I just like the dungeon part. It's like he could be
Posted by Joseph Warren.
What was that?
There's
Who's
a.
that?
I'll tell you which one is written by me, most likely. if I could find it. Oh, and here's one of them. Joseph, a man's man, extremely awesome. And what else?
A man's man.
God, these people fucking write novels and shit. Oh, here's another one that I could possibly write. Joseph, a sex machine, a legend in the track and field. And I'll end it with this. Joseph, a real man and usually has a very large penis and is good in bed. Wow, he's so big and he must be a Joseph. Okay. All right, Steve, you're up.
Hard to follow that one up.
Okay. Steve, a guy who is loved by everyone, especially his girlfriend. He's funny, smart, and has the cutest smile. His eyes draw you in and his touch makes you melt. Kissing him is addicting and loving him is easy. He'll make you feel safe and comfortable because he cares about your happiness over his. He can go from sweet to aggressive sexually in half a second. He knows exactly what to do and say. Everything he does, he's good at. He's very personable and can hold a conversation with a perfect stranger about anything. His car is his baby. He's adorable and he knows it. With his eyes, smile, and his muscly arms and tattoos, he's everything a girl could want. Steve is a cat.
A cat?
And at the bottom, I guess it's the context thing where it's like use it in a sentence. It's like Steve is a cat.
Is that the only one you're gonna read?
That's the most accurate part of the statement.
I'm looking for good ones.
It was off on the number of tattoos.
I'll tell you which one I put on Facebook that I liked. Hold on, let me see. I should have read that one. Oh, Joseph, a nigga that will kill your bitch by a fucking her hard. Wow, I fucked it up. Joseph, a nigga that will kill your bitch by fucking her too hard.
Banned by Twitch.
Steve, a wonderful, loving man who makes you smile, a best friend and lover in one. Sometimes harsh, but always knows what to say and how to say it. He inspires loyalty and devotion from those around him. The man who others rely on, but at times he will need someone to rely on, and when he does, he always turns to the same person. A man of honor, strength, and dignity, a soulmate and trusted friend. Once he claims your heart, you will never stop loving him.
Nice.
The end.
An Australian male with the name Steve should be praised constantly. Historians have noted that the name derives from a line of kings, sports stars, and top blokes. It has been noted that philosophers in the mold of Nostradamus and Albert Einstein have stated that the name Steve should be put away because it would be difficult for any young male to have such a burden placed on their shoulders. However, this theory was rebuked by the AOS, the Association of Steves, who correctly suggested that once a child is named Steve, they can automatically take upon such a mantle. As with the name, they are the recipient of much greatness, authority, and laid-backness. Parents who embed their children with this hallowed name shall receive an all-round champ of a son for their knowledgeable choice.
Nice. And that's
There's a Kim one that I don't really understand. It says, the only woman that will bring Chuck Norris to his knees.
I get it.
Number 3.
That's a throwback.
Is this from something?
Chuck
The
Norris
old
memes.
Chuck Norris memes back from like 99, 2000.
Also, one just says adorable.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's only 5 entries for my name, actually. I like the last one. It's written by somebody very salty. A girl who likes to mess with people's minds gets mad on you easily for some shit. Later tells bad stuff to you to your other friends. Often is rude, annoying, and a real bitch, too. And that's in caps lock. Is very hard to be friends with and also is very ignorant. Which of you wrote this about me on January 8th, 2018?
I'm definitely
I
not.
like the quote.
Ignorant.
Hey, are you mad at me? No, I just don't want to talk to you right now, today, or at all. Well, that sounds like me.
I'm definitely not ye, lol.
Joseph, a racist asshole who loves to make everyone feel like shit. I feel like killing myself.
Accurate.
Thanks, Joseph.
That's all I left.
The name given to all those people who seem to dazzle everyone with their expert knowledge on every subject known to man. There is none that can compare to Steve. There isn't a subject on Earth that Steve hasn't mastered. There isn't a question that Steve cannot answer. One who is a remarkably intelligent individual. Steve is not allowed to participate in game shows that require general knowledge, i.e. Jeopardy. Ordinary individuals tend to feel small and insignificant in the presence of a Steve. It's only natural to feel that way because not only are Steves incredibly smart, they are all talented and quite gifted in every aspect of life, including music and fine arts. Steves also have the most incredible physique. When one meets a Steve, they have to wonder if he could possibly be real, because that kind of perfection doesn't exist among ordinary men. Steves make Greek gods look like fat, short, bald, toothless old men. A Steve will never realize how magnificent he is because they are all very humble and modest, and they are not aware of the power they possess.
Sounds pretty modest.
Yeah.
Written by Steve 63.
What really was written by Steve?
Joseph. Joseph is a big faggot. End of definition.
Accurate.
I wonder if that was written by another Joseph who just wanted to pump himself up.
It is written by Joe is a fag.
Mark is the best boyfriend anyone can ever have. Don't let him go.
Oh.
I would say the opposite is true.
Joseph or Joe, a Bay Area slang term for marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana makes it into every single definition somewhere.
Yep. Those weed fiends.
Joseph likes pancakes and chocolate milk.
Do
Joseph.
you though?
Oh man, I haven't made hot chocolate in a while.
Joseph, an anally obsessed short Mexican, usually lives in New Mexico.
I think we need to hit some of the harder questions here and say, do these represent you? Do you feel like your definitions match up with your character?
I don't really think my hair is that
Yes.
smooth anymore.
I mean,
Smooth.
See, she's a brunette with an ass that you want to grab onto for days.
I guess sometimes I'm a big faggot.
I'm surprised there are so few for Roberta. I have like 70-ish for both of my name versions. What?
Oh, Ted's is 100 emojis.
100 emojis. My god, there are 151 marks.
So Ted's
Well, oh no, the last mark one. Another term for hemorrhoid. The fuck?
hemorrhoid. So Ted's not here to say his, so I'll say his for him. Theodore, a sexy bastard, usually has a really big dick, is not circumcised. OMG, Theodore fucked me last night and he ripped my ass with his huge cock. Hashtag big dick, hashtag sexy.
With two X.
See. Mark is an 18-year-old male who spends loads of money on a car insurance and what's Rego? Sorry, I don't speak whatever this is. Just to take 15-year-old girls to and from Macca's.
Macca's?
Macca's?
What am I doing?
I don't fucking know.
What the hell am I doing with
100%
15-year-old
qualified.
girls? I hope that
Then
means
they're underage.
What aren't you doing with 15-year-old girls?
hopefully ferrying them to school where they fucking belong.
Thank you.
I have a boner because I'm Theodore.
Oh no.
What was Dan's? Wasn't he?
something- It was so cute.
It was like a shiny egg.
Actual ray of sunshine. Also a cute egg.
That is Dan.
Egg.
I upped it again.
An intelligent, sexy, well-rounded guy, can be shy at times but is liked by mostly everyone. He is laid back but is a natural-born determined leader. He is ambitious but is also prone to laziness. Steve is often labeled as arrogant, but when you get to really know him, you'll find out he's just timid. Steves are nurturers, protectors, and appreciators of humanity. As lovers, Steves are intimately affectionate, passionate, and intense. so make sure you fasten your seatbelt. Steve will quickly learn which buttons to press, when and where, and rapidly understand your body's language of pleasure. Steves
Wow.
are adored by women and are prone to promiscuity, so unless you are a person of equal wit and intelligence, good luck keeping them interested. Steve can also be very mistrusting and unforgiving of others, and to shy observers can come off as cold-hearted and intimidating.
I'm uncomfortable to sit in the car with you now after having heard that,
All of
because I
these.
have to
Okay, well,
buckle
here's
up
this one.
and there's some button pushing and stuff.
Yeah, man.
What are the Dan?
The invisible ninja zebra that eats sugar and jumps on the couch.
Epic.
The random.
Here's something that's not written by me. Joseph, one who is way too skinny.
One of the Dan's definitions: to give the ultimate sexual pleasure to a woman. The quote: "I danned her up good."
Nice.
Dank ass nugget.
See
Oh,
the
yeah, that's a
That
good
is
one.
high in potency and gets you really high. You're that Dan from last night had my head spinning.
Dank ass nugget.
Yeah, so this is what
Sorry.
Kim, and Mark did one night. We just went on Urban Dictionary and we went through at least every page of our name.
Oh god, one of these Dan ones is all caps and it's like a song or something. Hashtag Dan awesome Cox Gold Grease. I didn't read the song
I'm
thing.
looking through Daniel, and they're all like really positive.
Oh yeah,
that's
lots of
nice.
things are
Okay,
positive on this website.
definition 72 for Steve. The main nigga in Minecraft you get to use.
Nice.
Dan, some ugly ass fuck who had to look up his name on Urban Dictionary to feel good about himself. Fuck you, Dan.
Oh, that's sad. We can't talk like that about Dan.
That's like the only one that has a negative on the first page.
I didn't even know there was
I
multiple
thought you were
pages.
saying that about him.
Yeah, it's hard to find the pages. They're so unnoticeable.
Joseph, big nipples, small balls, fat penis.
That's the best one so far.
Was it one of the Joseph ones had the couch fucking? I think the couch fucking came from a Joseph definition as well.
Still
Fuck,
died.
I can't.
Can you reread that one?
Please.
The nipples were small or big?
Hold on.
Small.
Kyron,
Big
yes.
nipple, small balls.
Joseph, big nipples, small balls, fat penis.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Joseph, what a fat
That belongs
penis.
on a t-shirt.
You know what?
Holy
What's funny is no one talks about the ratio of sizes. Like, there's more than one size to a dick, and everyone's always talking about length, but you got to talk about girth and the ratio to the balls.
The ratio.
Shout out to my homeboys that look like a can of tuna.
Yeah. You can't have a tuna ass dick and be like, girl, I'm thick. No, it doesn't make sense. You can't even get it started. And also, if your nipples go past the edge of your boobs, like that is also
Joseph,
What boobs have you been looking at that have edges?
What's that?
you went electronic.
Yeah.
What boobs are you looking at that have edges?
Warcrafts.
Don't ask.
Joseph, a nigga with a small dick and a long head.
That's like that song. I want a girl with a
With
short
long jacket.
skirt and a long jacket.
Why is that what I thought about?
I went there too.
It's like that cadence. Just say it again like that.
A nigga with a small dick and a
And
long.
long head.
Oh man.
That's perfect.
Oh, there's gotta be something in there for me that's good.
I think that there are funnier definitions for male names than female names.
True.
The female names are either written by dudes who are fucking that female or want to, or
Yeah,
jelly, people who are jelly.
I feel like it. I feel like that too.
Joseph has the biggest
Steve.
cock ever. Oh, we go.
A fuckboy of the highest magnitude, a real chode stomper. Speaking of cans of tuna,
Oh, Kim was right. Holy shit. Joseph, when you fuck a couch and your name is Joseph.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, fuck.
Yeah, I had only read the first page of Mark, so I didn't realize why everyone had continued like long after I stopped. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I got 7.
Joseph, enough said. Biggest Jew in the world. All right. Are we done looking up our names?
I'm done. Kimberly.
I think Kim wins.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
The
Bye,
guy doesn't
Kimberly.
anymore.
Quickly.
Yeah. So, final topic that we're
Okay.
going to talk about is.
All right, hold on. I just gotta get this one last one in.
Okay.
Steve, a snake ass Slytherin 5'10", always asking for a Supra, ball is life. Always says he's gonna get a 6-pack, but never does. Looking man, bad at jokes and one who can't beat his girlfriend at basketball. Hashtag Steve. Hashtag snake. Hashtag these niggas ain't shit. Hashtag loves a trap.
I would like to see Roberta beat you in basketball.
Oh, let's play
She
basketball.
probably could.
I play a little ball on my day.
By the way, we were me and Ted and Kim went out to go get Tony sushi the other day, and it devolved into like us sitting in the parking lot going chicken nugget, and it's because there's so many N's in your name on Discord, so it just kind of sticks in the head. It's an earworm.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Really gets up in your sinuses.
Yeah, it does.
Steve has a new one. Steve, you can read it out.
A female's menstrual cycle, that quote unquote time of the month.
That's a Steve, all right. 130 down. That ratio from likes to dislikes is pretty bad.
A sexy ass Dominican kid with curly hair and a nice body.
All right, we have to move on to Cobra Kai.
The coolest and sometimes most hairy.
Cobra Kai.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Cobra Kai, the coolest and sometimes most hairy.
I'm thinking about it.
So I think me and Steve are the only ones that watch it, so we're gonna be spoiler free as possible.
I watched most of it.
Yes.
Oh, and you watch most of it. So it takes place pretty much, what was it, like 30 years or something like that after
Yeah, 34 years.
of the tournament in the first Karate Kid movie between Johnny and Danielson. And you're seeing it from like Johnny's perspective. So Johnny is all fucking beat up and shit. His life is shit because of the tournament, because he probably beat himself up that he lost to a nerd in karate.
It did seem like a little like, wow, why is he just thinking of this now? Like, shouldn't he have had this breakdown over it a long time ago and kind of gotten over it? But I just let that go.
I think it's
Well, I mean, that's why he's all washed up now, because he couldn't get over it.
Okay.
well, I think it's like me. I was supposed to be a goalie in NHL, and then shit happened to me in high school where I couldn't play anymore.
Yeah.
So like
Joe, did you get beat up by Ralph Macchio?
get crane kicked in the fucking face on the ice.
Ralph Macchio came to your high school and just beat the shit out of you.
Did you see the video of LaRusso is fucking the real bully video?
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
because the show Cobra Kai like kind of takes that theory and just completely runs with it.
Mm-hmm. And it because in the original Karate Kid, like there's a part where Johnny is trying to talk to his girlfriend, and Danielson just like fucking cock blocks him and cucks him and gets into a fight with him. And he explains that kind of in one of the episodes. Like, LaRusso is not a fucking good guy. He's a fucking dick. And they kind of show it in the film or the TV
Yeah.
show.
Oh yeah, he's a
kinda
total
remember
twat
this.
in the fucking in Cobra
Yeah.
Kai.
Mm.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. I'm trying my best not to spoil anything. But
I like even in the trailer. It was in the trailer where Johnny's like, you know, he's down on his luck, and Danny's just like, "Hey, it's been forever. Remember that time I kicked your ass?"
Yeah. Right from the start, really.
Mm-hmm. The writing in this fucking show was fucking cool as shit. Like I went into it, I was like, the first 2 episodes are like, okay, these are, you know, your typical 2 episodes that they'll put out for free just to try to grab people to go to YouTube Red. And then, you know, I obviously got the free trial and I'm like, let me give it a chance. And then all of a sudden it was awesome. Like, there was cheesy moments, but there was like not enough to be like, okay, this is fucking stupid as shit. And I didn't roll my eyes at all in any of the stuff that was going on. Even like the teenage love scene and stuff, like between Sam and Miguel, like I thought was genuine.
Wait, where the girl gets on top of the guy?
Yeah, at the golf and stuff place. Which apparently those still exist, arcades and mini golf. What do you think of the music, Steve and Cam?
Aced.
What's that?
The music, the 80s music.
I mean, I didn't hear what Steve said.
Oh, I said aced.
At least it aids.
When Johnny hears Miguel's ringtone, he's like, "What the fuck is that shit? Can't you get like some Guns N' Roses or some shit?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he goes home and start listening to like 80s hair bands and shit. And he's like, this shit's fucking awesome.
Fucking solved.
What I liked about the 80s music is like they didn't put it there for like nostalgia. Like it actually fit with some of the scenes that happened. Especially like with Johnny's flashback and especially when they went to like the places in the old movie, like the mini golf and arcade, like they had the music for that in there, which was in the original Karate Kid. And oh god, there's so much stuff.
Yeah, it kind of if you know you grew up with the original Karate Kid, it hits all the right like nostalgia nerves. Like it knows exactly what it's doing. Like they don't go too ham-fisted with it. They do kind of, but it's well played. And I hate to admit that it totally fucking suckered me in because I normally hate that nostalgia trip bullshit.
Yeah, like it didn't it didn't go all the way in. It just like teased you a little bit of the nostalgia. It's like, you remember this
Just
part?
to-
It just gave you the tip pretty much. Little tidbit, by the way, and this is not a spoiler, but in the beginning when they do the flashback of the tournament, they actually went to Sony and they got an extra shot when he got hit in the face by the crane kick. They did like a close up where you see like the sweat come off of his hair and face. That was actually shot during the movie in the Karate Kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The only one that was new is when you see him laying on the ground and they did the close pan to the Cobra Kai logo.
Yeah, that was clearly like you can tell it's you know, new film stock. So
And pretty much the premise of this is Johnny reopens Cobra Kai, and does he?
It's his redemption story.
Yeah, and he follows the rules of Cobra Kai. You know, strike first, strike hard, and then no mercy.
Tasty.
And my phone just went off again. Solid Snake.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Tasty. No mercy, tasty. Big nipples, small balls.
Fat penis.
Eat pussy. Chug whiskey.
Big pussy, no nipples.
God.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, we really can't go into deep discussion is because there's a lot of spoiler heavy and stuff. I will say I do like the tribute to Mr. Miyagi, especially.
It was a little cheesy, but
But it
you know, when you're doing something like this, you kind of have to do that.
yeah, and back to the nostalgia thing, like you would think they would copy what happened in the Karate Kid, and they kind of do in a sense, but they do something pretty cool with a certain characters and how they train each other.
They subvert your expectations.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. Coming from a big nipple, small balls, and fat penis guy.
No nipples.
Does anybody have any final things to say? I mean, the only thing I'll say about Cobra Kai is it's worth the free trial. I don't know if you.
Yeah, it is. It's campy. It's fun though. It is really enjoyable.
I'll definitely probably cancel it and then re-up it when the second season comes, and I'll pay $10 to binge watch the second season because it already got confirmed for a second season.
Just use my trial.
Yes.
Because a certain somebody decides to show up. I won't say who, but yeah.
Spoiler alert: it's Rick Moranis.
No way.
It means nothing to me. I don't know who that is.
We need to comb the desert. Anyway.
He was Honey, I Blew Up the Kids in Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the kid from Rick and Morty.
oh.
And on that note, everybody, we are going to end. Wow, this is a pretty long episode. About an hour and a half.
About the same as last time, right?
Yeah, about an hour 20.
Yeah, roughly.
Every Friday we will be recording. I don't know if I said I was gonna go on YouTube because YouTube is more of a podcast friendly place to do podcasts rather than Twitch, because Twitch, you know, people rather have their, you know, green screens and fucking DX Racer chairs and shit.
And
Yeah. And I'm not about that life. But every Friday at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, meaning Friday night into Saturday night, we will be live and doing this show. So
it's gonna be a train wreck every single fucking time.
every time.
Ooh. Mature audiences.
It
That's
is a
our
mistake.
aesthetic.
On that note, everybody, from the panel to you, good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.